Hello, everyone, and welcome to Euphoria for a very special game. We are here playing Doomspiral, a brand new game from SoulMuppet. You might know them as the creators of Sad Space Cowboy game, Sad Arthurian Knight game, Sad Vampire game. We're here with a love letter to mythic dark fantasy games like Elden Ring and Dark Souls, in a game about desperate battles, wandering through wondrous lands, and greedy survival. Help us, we're going to be in very big trouble. If you want to also be sad and in big trouble and play through amazing adventures, back this game. If you're watching this now, this game is out on Kickstarter. Click all the links available in chat, in video descriptions, and we're playing with the Quick Start, which is a very small snapshot of the game. But when this game fully comes out, you're going to see a whole book with tons more God Slayers, abilities, weapons, complete adventures, fleshed out regions, tons more monsters. It's going to be amazing, and this is only the tip of the iceberg. To get us started, my name is Aida. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a Latinx queer woman of color. I have tan skin, dark eyes, dark wavy hair. I'm wearing a blue tank top. I'm going to pass it around to my friends. Fondue, hi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fondue, he, him pronouns. I am a TTRPG content creator. You can find me under the name Dice and Easy. On YouTube, I make Boundary VTT tutorials, but I mostly stream now on twitch.tv/Dice and Easy. I have brown skin, my hair is tied up in a knot, and I'm wearing a green shirt.
Great to have you. Emily, hi.
Hi, I'm Emily Greymore. I have short, curly, dark hair, like big glasses, which have like a dark rim, and I'm just wearing a black top. And you can find me mostly on Blue Sky at Emily Greymore. I do all kinds of podcasts. I do illustration. I also have my own TTRPG called The Cunning Folk. If you want to check that out, you know where I am. Hello.
Hello. Hello, mysterious stranger. I mean, Jess.
Hi. Hi, I'm Jess Jewel. Pronouns she, he, they. Reach and grab one, don't care. I am the producer over at 12-Sided Studios, also making TTRPG and AP content alongside the excellent Euphoria. Euphoria, should I say. This pronunciation, very important. I am a Caucasian woman, long black hair, and today I've spiced things up a little with large black sclera contact lenses. I'm wearing a beige hood of some description, a tattered black over shawl thing, and a black tank top. We'll get there eventually.
Speaking of getting there and being here and happy to have you here, Zach, hi.
Hey everybody, my name is Zach, or Jelly. I use they, them pronouns. I'm the director, founder of SoulMuppet Publishing, who are sponsoring this episode, and I'll be acting as the GM of Doomspiral today. I'm one of Doomspiral's co-creators and a sort of editor, writer at large on the project alongside the game's main creator, Nick Spence. So I'll be running you through this session in Saltcrag today. Big Dark Souls fan, big RPG fan, big Euphoria fan. So happy to be here on the show to kind of run the gang through this short excerpt of this very big game we're currently trying to make with the support of all you folks at home who are helping us out on our crowdfunding project, which is live now. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
What am I wearing?
Tell us.
Yes. I'm a white person with dark hair and beard. I've got big glasses on. I'm wearing a grey shirt and then some jewelry, which I will be chewing because I have ADHD, and that is going to result in some unpleasant sounds. So I'm sorry, everyone. But yeah,
nothing to apologize for. Awesome to have you here. Thank you, everyone watching. We are going to be playing a sort of dark, gritty game. We are powered by safety tools by Alliance and Veils. We will be checking in with each other. As the audience, your safety and comfort matters. So to make an informed decision about whether you want to stay and watch this game, or skip forward, or watch any of our other amazing actual plays on Euphoria, content warnings for this game include, at the very least, death of NPCs and characters, sudden death, corpses, violence and injury, prisons, imprisonment, things that may have happened past and on screen as well, drowning, blood, rot/dessication, fantasy religion, and severe storms.
Cool.
So that all being said, let's die.
Cool. So, I think the best way to start this is actually just like beginning the adventure, because your characters don't really matter that much. In the classic style of one of these games, you are some sort of immortal, forgotten, ever dying creature. You're going to find yourself in this place together, and then we'll do like a little bit of an introduction where we talk about our characters, what we can remember about them, what we look at. But first, I think it's time to go salt crack. Everyone okay with that?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Let's
Cool.
go.
So, you wake to the sand under your fingers and your clothes, to salt water tapping at your feet like a wary cat, to the tug of your heart towards an unrecognizable path up the cliffs to the kingdom of Tarvalan. You're on a beach hemmed in by wicked cliffs on either side, and to your back, lapping at your feet, are endless waves of a salty, grey sea that seems to stretch forever. Ahead of you, in the middle of the cliffs, is the only path forward, as it seems. A great rift leading to some kind of fortress built into the cliffside. There's nothing on the beach. The sea is cold, dark, and endless, and its vast weight crumples hope like dry glass. The tether is the only place of respite here. A small gathering of thread around a piece of string, around a metal spike dug into the ground. I don't know if you'll have seen one of these before, but you know it's something important. You feel that tug towards it, and that greater tug in your bones up the cliff into the rest of the world. But anything you feel right now, the size of the oceans, the size of the holes in your memory, frankly, are overshadowed by the immensity of the cliffs and the presence of a great fortress ahead of you built into these cliffs. Right now, you guys are on a beach, like I said. There is a one of these tethers built into the air. Like I said, this is like a gathering of something. You've awoken here, and yeah, the tethers are. There's kind of these bits of golden thread dangling in the air, and the light from that thread is kind of softly diffusing over sand and stone. It feels kind of warm. It feels like a soft sense of home. But you aren't the only person here. There's a piece of driftwood, kind of almost like a bench next to the tether. Gently sat on it is this weather-beaten dude. And I say dude in the loosest possible terms. This is an ancient, salt and wind beaten man in decrepit armor. He's got a corroded sword next to him. And if he has noticed you, he doesn't seem to have commented on it in any way. He's just sitting there, kind of basking in the light of the tether, ignoring you as far as it seems. But there's also not just you observing this. There are 3 other people here. So, I was about to say in no particular order. Let's do an order and start with Emily. Who are each of your characters, and what do they look like? And like, what do you think your first words? I'm giving you the honor of first words, if you like. You know, what's happening here?
You see, kind of kneeling up, getting up to her feet, a woman in plate armor covered in sort of like little scraps of scripture as she stands leaning on her sword to pull herself up, writing her shield. Sister Avery looks around at the others, brushes off a bit of sand. Who are you? Are you here with the light or the dark? And who is that man?
The man certainly isn't saying anything, in this instance. Who wants to respond to that and also describe their character while they do so?
I think at that point, Yanis sort of drags themselves to their feet, and almost unfolds like paper from the sand in a most unnatural way. And as they do, a staff finds itself in the sand, and they climb up it almost. And you notice that there, at the top of this staff, is a censer of some sort. Smoke drifts down from it, curling against the wind and the waves like fingers. And then the closer you look, you see the smoke is actually pouring into the eyes that are black and soulless and empty, and out of the mouth as they speak. You're very well armored. I think you will find I am neither of the light nor the dark. A place in between. And this place I have seen in visions, as the now we are tend to. And with that, their eyes clock forward. I'm going to say to Nut.
So Knut is getting up at the same time, groaning as he gets up and stretching. It's a tall, pale man with a very non-amused face about him. Not angry, but just doesn't seem to be very interested in what is happening around him. He has a half plate armor on with a big symbol of frost on it, and he has a big scar across his eye, and one of the eyes that the scar grows over is white, and on his neck he has a chain on which a severed finger hangs. And he gets up, he has a sword on his hip and a shield in one hand, a buckler that is attached. Light, dark, who cares? Should probably go that way. If the man won't talk, who cares?
Well, I think I might have seen where to go. I saw something too. I see things too. And Speaks is this wiry framed woman with a sort of choppy haircut, very small patches of hair close to her head, wearing robes with a plate on top of a loose fitting robe, um, a very well ornamented, shining religious symbol hanging from her neck, and other sort of religious paraphernalia, a necklace with beads, small pouches, a long scroll container as well. And Fides says, um, actually, I have seen this before. Strangers in an unknown land. And they will, and Fides sort of turns around. They will follow light. See, look, and points at the golden thread behind her. Light.
Mm. I do feel drawn to that light. What is that?
That would be the only thing tethering us to this world. Lest I am mistaken. Should we die, I believe it will come in use.
Yeah. At this point, the old man kind of weighs into that point and is like, aye, it's the thing that'll tie you to this world. Ties us all.
And how long have you been tied here, old soul?
He just gives a full body, wordless shrug. Time don't mean much round here anymore. But you're heading forward. Salt Crag is the only way off this shore, up there. Then head up the cliffs towards the land of the gods, but I wouldn't recommend it. The salt air may be fresh and cold, but even if you do get past the old warden, you won't find any respite up there. It's just the rest of Vefton Hall. You best off staying down here with me or swimming out to sea and trying to get back to the rest of everything.
You said the land of gods. Land... Yes, and Fetus just drops to her knees, clasps her hands, and starts praying. But if the camera were to zoom in, you'd see Fetus mumbling, "Okay, you fucker. I swear, it's real. You brought me here, right? I'm gonna finally see something, right? What the hell am I supposed to see? They're waiting on me to tell them something. A sign. Give me a sign."
At this point, like, I would very fundamentally say that nothing happens right here. And the old man kind of responds with, "The gods care nothing for us, I tell you. You wait for signs from them for what to do, you'll be waiting for some great time longer here than I've been. Much
But
longer."
I carry a sign. I carry a sign. And Fetus raises the scroll container that is sealed. In here are God's words manifest.
And you know what's in there, do you? Words of the gods? Good luck.
If I dare open this before it is time, then our souls will be forfeit.
That does not prompt any response from this ancient weathered guy.
Regardless of
Oh.
any further signs, the light, the tethers, the gods are calling us forward. It would be heresy to turn back.
And stupidity as well. At least 3 of you are in quite heavy armor. I think you would drown to the bottom of the waves before swim through them.
It's true.
Might I suggest a temporary alliance in which we clamber up to, and she, Yanis will turn back to the old man. You mentioned a warden? Is this a prison?
Aye. It's a place where the gods put all those they don't want to deal with or speak with, to exile them from Wefton Hall without returning them to the lands at large beyond here where you all hail from.
Well, gods be damned, I wonder what we all did that landed us here. Shall we go and find out?
And without waiting for a response, Yanis begins striding with long, gangly legs up the beach.
I'm going to follow that person. The God sent me. Yep, follow. And Fetus just sort of ungracefully also scampers across the sand.
Yeah, no, just kind of. There's people to fight. Follows with heavy footsteps.
Sister Avery will sheath her sword, turn to the man that was sort of sitting on the beach. Light bless you. And she's going to follow up after everybody.
See you soon. You'll be back, I doubt not. And ahead of you, the cliffs kind of narrow and center upon this huge, like, big iron door that sort of leads to like the start of a fortress. There is also to the side a to the side there is also like a little cleft that looks like a tunnel or something that you could sneak through, but the obvious route is like ahead of you through this big set of double doors.
I think Sister Avery is going to do the most audacious thing and go up to the front gates, bang on the door. In the name of the light, let us through.
There is as you hit the door, you hear the tremendous echo of this big iron door that you're smacking. It's meshing with it's raining, by the way, like not heavy rain, just like consistent, and to keep it very euphoria, consistent British end of the world drizzle. Is what I would describe this situation as. You've been out here for a couple minutes, and despite it not being that wet, every bone in your body feels soaked. And it also echoes behind this door. It is clearly a big old room. But the good news is that it doesn't appear to be locked. There's no response. There's kind of like a handle ahead of you that will allow you to kind of open it, what appears to be relatively easily.
Oh.
Do you wait for someone to respond, or are you going to open it?
I think Sister Avery would wait to see if there was any kind of response before sort of trying the handle, and also curious to see what anyone else is doing as she's just like hammering on this door.
While Sister Avery waits, Knut just like, just open the door. And just starts opening it.
Like, oh, yes, good job.
He just looks when you say good job, he looks at you and gives you kind of a stink eye and just goes,
So, you head through the door and you find yourself in this huge chamber, right? It's probably it's a few levels tall, definitely 2, possibly more. You can see there's a balcony and a walkway, at least on the first floor. The second floor for any American coded people. But I'm going to use British formats because I'm British. There are loads of pillars aligning the walls. There are great sheets of like folding gossamer fabric hanging from the ceiling and the walls. They don't have any sort of like obvious symbols on them. They just appear to be sort of for covering from the rain or something for certain situations. But it is in here cold and dark, and there's like just a little bit of air coming in from the walls behind you, and the main sound you can hear is waves and all the bitter wind. But you feel like all of that noise is coming from the outside, and everything on the inside is very quiet and cold. The main thing you'll see in this room, and there's a few entrances out of it, there is a set of stairs up to the upper level. There is then a 2 doors on the left-hand side, evenly spaced, and then 2 doors on the right-hand side. And then at the far end of the room, there is a set of double doors that kind of lead ahead into another room. And there is also like potentially some doors on the upper balcony as well. But most prominent, I think you would notice, is there is a body in the middle of the floor. It appears to be at least like a sort of diminutive person, not like a child, but like younger, slimmer, dressed in kind of quite fancy looking outfits. He looked like a squire or something, and he's holding a messenger bag.
How dead is he? And by that, I'm looking more for, do the wounds appear fresh? Are they deep? Is it is there anything obvious on the body?
Do you go closer and look, or is this what you get from here? You're getting
From here, from what we can see.
He looks crumpled. Crumpled, yeah. Like he's like his torso is not the correct shape, right? It's kind of been like he's been bludgeoning wounds, basically, by the looks of things. He's been hit by a big mace or a rock or something.
The size of these doors, pretty normal?
Yeah, there's one door. The 2 doors going ahead are like abreast, same size as the kind of doorway you came through, and whereas the rooms to the north and south are like single-sized doors from like a human dwelling.
This is a good omen. A great omen. In fact, I think I saw something like this in a vision. We should be fine. And quite confidently, Yanis will again stride forward into the room, pay no attention to the body, and almost as if they know what they're doing, pick one of the random 4 doors and just stride towards it.
You're just
be
going to
like,
ignore the
"Yes."
body and the messenger bag and not go near it either.
Yeah. No,
Um,
no. I have seen this in a vision. The smoke has
so
shown me. I'm off towards one of the doors.
So of the doors, as a reminder, so your guys currently facing east. This room is like long and not thin, but like a sort of it's a 4x7 rectangle, and there are entrances to 2 doors on the north wall, 2 doors on the south wall. Which way is Yanis gonna go? Which doors are they gonna go through?
North wall, why not?
North wall, first one or second one?
Second.
Okay, cool. So you stride cleanly past the first door, clearly having some kind of prophetic vision that it was locked or leads to a trap or something. And you stride over to that second room in the northeast corner of the Great Hall. There is a wooden door. It is unlocked. I assume you stride through it confidently.
Yes, absolutely. The smoke never lies.
Okay, fantastic. You are brought into like a very not fancy room compared to what you were expecting as part of this like temple prison complex. It appears to be full of ankle deep water. You're kind of taking a step down into this horrid basin, and it's full of just massive amounts of decay. There's lots of like wooden furniture which is clearly like rotting in this salty water, alongside a load of rusted remains of metal implements. There is one door out of here which heads to the east, and yeah, kind of is heading out of there. But it's like much smaller than the room you were just in, and doesn't appear to have anything interesting or particularly pathetic in it. But you're the master of that.
They'll look back to the group and just relay that they've found like a door further in this room.
Mhm.
The smoke provides, the smoke will lead us and guide us. This is the way.
In we go.
So you all gonna follow Giannis here?
Yes.
I think Fides would stick towards the back. And
Okay.
if we're sort of crossing past the body that is sprawled
Okay.
out in the middle with the messenger bag, Fides pulls out her church icon and sort of stretches her arm down towards the body with the icon.
Okay, as
Sort
an
of
attempt
shaking
to
at
like
it.
stop it from getting up or something, you know, like warding against it.
Yes.
Cool. And you're not. No one's like going investigating the corpse, looking through the message bag. Right.
I'm too tempted not to now
Okay.
because you're pointing it out.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to
I'm
make
like,
sure
I
the
just-
information not been missed. That you're seeing he's clearly carrying something.
I
But
think if
he has also been
the-
horribly murdered. This young
Sure.
man. So
I think seeing Fides sort of, at this corpse and seeing the others kind of walk into the room, I, not being a stranger to battle and
Yeah.
horribly crumpled bodies, Sister Avery is going to kneel down to get a closer look, and if the bag is not sort of being like completely covered or clutched
Okay.
by the person, she's gonna have
So a
look
few
inside.
things happen in short succession. First
Oh,
is
great.
that as you get closer, you recognize the suit of the regalia this man is wearing is from a kingdom known as Ferazan, which is a human kingdom. This guy is clearly like some kind of knight or something. And yeah, that's like one of the great cities, like specifically one of the warring rivals of Stalvagar, along with another human kingdom called Ran. Any of you that remember anything about the mortal world would know this, but it's kind of beyond the scope of the adventure to matter, really. But you, as you do that, there is a you won't see this actually. So I think actually, you know what? I think that everybody who is warding a symbol or currently investigating the body will probably not see this trap occurring. So I think we're going to do our first dice roll of the game. And I think it's going to go on to Canute. So
Me?
this is going to be, because I think you're the only person not currently on a quest or
No, I
warding
went
yourself
with,
against this. Or
I went with to the room.
yeah. But I think you got more of a chance of spotting this ambush, essentially.
Sure.
Mm.
All right. So what do I do?
So you're going to choose an attribute for me. I think this is most likely going to be let's say, have you got dexterity or intelligence as higher?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Okay. So what's your dexterity?
8.
8. Okay, fantastic. You're rolling me 1 dice.
Mhm.
You are looking for a 5.
Exactly 5.
5 or more.
Okay. That's 2.
Okay. So that's not going to help. I'm going to let everyone else the 2 of you that are currently on the, looking at the thing on the floor, roll me 1 dice each for, either your intelligence or your dexterity. Does anybody have more than a 10 in those stats?
Nope.
I do, but I'm not looking at the body.
You're not?
I don't-
Okay,
oh,
you're up in the room
yeah.
doing your thing. So everybody else roll me 2 dice. Sorry, 1 dice, looking for a 6.
Only a 4.
Only a 2.
Okay, so just as a bit of context for everyone at home, what's happening is what we're doing here is called an attribute test. I'm just doing this to see if there's a risk of success here and a risk of failure, which means we might deploy this. There is a target number that I'd be setting between 4 and 6, depending on the circumstances. So our non-distracted character is going to get a 5, which is standard. Our distracted characters will be looking for a 6. And you're rolling a number of dice depending on your attribute. Because your scores are all quite low at the moment, you're level 0 characters. You're only rolling 1 dice if you have something you're really good at, and your score is more than 10 or more than 15, which is not going to be the case for characters of this level. You'd be rolling more dice. So what then happens as you are playing is that, and the camera would see this, but you guys don't, a washed up wretch, a sort of an old, gangly, undead-looking creature, clearly some kind of prisoner escaped from the cells, has got a rock, a big rock, and they've been hiding up on the balcony, and they've reached up, and they're throwing it down at you as you investigate this corpse. A classic Dark Souls trap. Room 1, we've hit you with the glowy item in the middle, which is this messenger bag.
Where was the writing on the floor?
loot.
Come on.
Yeah.
Need to follow the smoke.
Roll,
Right
roll,
finger.
roll.
Okay, so this is just gonna do. To be clear, this sucks. 2d6 damage. This just does 2d6 damage
Ow!
because you haven't seen it. So,
Yeah.
would you like to roll it or shall I?
Go on. You should roll.
Cool. For the class, for the classes, that's not a frequently used actual play technology, is it? For the class, for everyone at home, there is a 2d6 damage coming in. You've got 20 health. So this isn't going to kill you, but it does do 10 damage. So yeah, this guy from the top of the thing, this wretched little person in rags, pulls up a rock, throws it at the body, and it smashes down you. It doesn't crush you entirely, but it's going to do a significant bash worth of damage. You're now down to 10 health from your 20.
Ouch.
It's now very clear to you what happened to this poor man with his misshapen chest.
Sister Avery, the gods take care of their pious. This person seems to be in some level of finery. And this seems to be a house of the gods. Why aren't they? Fuck!
I was gonna. I thought you were saying all that while I was trapped under the rock. And I was as you finish that, it's just gonna try and roll it off her leg, and obviously gonna look up to where that came from.
So what then happens is that after this guy throws his rock, he just runs off, flees off into a door that is visible from the south. You can try to chase him, but that will involve moving through lots of areas of the dungeon very quickly. Do you want to try that, or are you just gonna recover?
No.
Yeah, I think Sister Avery's just rolling this big rock off of like her crumpled leg and like armor, and just and I don't know if the others from the other room heard this giant rock kind of crash down or not. And be careful, there's someone up there. Just be careful if there's any others.
Knut stomps back towards you and comes up to you, Sister Avery, and shoves you and say, "The fucks is wrong with you? It was obviously a trap. Are you fucking stupid?
I think, yeah, Yanis's
Dead
head will
person,
peer out of the
middle
door.
of the room, has an item. Come on. You have armor on. You fought clearly.
There
The
are
fuck?
enemies of the gods. We must
Who
hold up the
cares about
scroll
the fucking
container,
gods?
vanquish them, and we will get just rewards.
Put your papers away. No one cares.
I care about the rewards. And scoops up the messenger bag and sort of shuffles off to the direction where everyone else is heading.
Limp
Gives you-
after everybody.
Yeah, just gives you another stink eye, and then Sister Avery and then turns away.
The light will protect me. It'll be
Yeah.
all right. It's not limp.
You read the messenger bag. You open it up, and inside there is a book. It was a really fancy-looking book. It is a codex of some kind you can read. It is in a language that you understand, and it remarks on the behaviors of a soldier from Farazan, a guy called Macaon, who is a soldier, is a fighter, and a sort of writer of wisdom. This is the equivalent of like a sort of Sun Tzu book as you kind of leaf through it. It begins with the following quote: "The fool believes the arm moves the blade. They are wrong, and they will die. The novice believes the mind moves the blade, and they will surely taste defeat. The master knows the blade moves itself, for the blade is a part of you, and you a part of it." And that is like a big quote that's like written and filigreed down. This is clearly something that was very precious to the squire, and I'm happy to report that were one to study this during a long rest at a tether, well, not a long rest, a rest while resting at a tether, you'll be able to use it to learn a new art of war, either Stalwart Shield or Duelist's Advance. The bad news is, I don't think you have any ability slots left, Emily. I think you've only got 2, right?
Yeah, I already do have Stalwart Shield, so I don't know if anyone else, if anything else would be helpful.
The gods provided, the sister lives, the gods are protecting us.
Didn't
Well
the gods
said.
also throw that rock?
That was
It
a
was
non-believer.
unobsessed.
They will be shunned.
I think when Newt says that,
Heretic.
Janus just lets out like you just see from like nostrils that aren't there, sort of filigreed into the face, just a snort of smoke comes out, like, well said. And Janus will push on through the door at the back of the room.
Cool.
Knut
So
follows.
you've head through the little kitchen, and you're brought to a sort of T-junction, which leads also. There's a little door that leads to the south, kind of back towards the direction of the main room, and also a door that leads ahead of you into a sort of another room and both of these rooms are locked by sort of, again, these kind of understated wooden doors, which you've pushed through once to get into the kitchen, once to get out of the kitchen, and then there's like 2 more ahead of you.
I think we sort of watch as the smoke drifts towards the door dead ahead of us.
Cool.
And Janus is like, the smoke says dead ahead, and moves forward.
Okay. So as you head through that door, there is you kind of push your way through it, again striding like confidently, directed by the smoke, happy the direction which it's going. There is I mean, I'm not going to even describe the room, because the first thing that happens is a spear is thrown at you as you walk through it. So this isn't a full combat. This is just a trap. It seems like whenever this door was opened, there's like some kind of spear throwing catapult. And you have the opportunity to react to the spear as if it was an attack. So, in Doomspiral, there are 3 ways one can respond to an attack. There is dodging, parrying, and blocking. So, blocking would require you to have a shield, which I don't think you have, right? You're just like weird little guy with a staff.
Yep.
Cool. So, if you were dodging, you'd roll any number of stamina dice up to the total you have, which I think is going to be 4, if I remember correctly. You're up to your stamina dice, and you pick one of the results. If it matches or exceeds your armor's dodge rating, which for the light armor you're wearing is going to be a 3.
Yes.
That's going to be pretty good. Or you can try to parry it, which involves using a weapon or a shield, rolling 1 dice, and then looking for a stamina die. So basically, you can roll a number of dice equal to your stamina dice in total, and you're looking for 3 up to avoid this attack.
So just to repeat with the parry, with a medium weapon, which is the smoking staff, it's a 4 up.
4
so
up parry, yeah.
I'd be looking for what is it? 1 stamina roll, beating a 4, basically.
Beating a 4, yeah.
Okay. Smoke provides. Let's try it. That's a 4. Is
Okay,
it
cool.
Meets it, beats it,
Meets
or is
it,
it?
beats it, yeah. So you, the smoke has obviously somehow warned you of this happening, and you batter the spear aside with your smoking incense staff, and then sort of, I also imagine, pass confidently, continually into the room, yeah?
Oh, I saw the spear coming. The smoke has visions in the smoke. The spear. I knew it was coming.
Cool. So this is a bare chamber that reeks.
Is your smoke recruiting?
Who cares about the 6 gods of Veftenhall when you have undescribed smoke? Yeah, this is a big vibe. Okay.
What are the heavenly rewards from said smoke?
I believe the terminology is madness, but don't quote me on that.
Pandemonium awaits.
So, spooky old room, reeks of salt and mold, but in the middle of it, there is a long case that seems to not be broken around the other sort of broken box in this room. It's like the only sort of a wooden object that hasn't been like broken or shattered in here. Do you want to grab it and pick it up?
I absolutely don't. I have no strength, and I don't think this seems like a good idea. So Yanis will turn back to the much bigger, buffer guys in armor and just point to it and be like, "Smoke says one of you should grab that."
Knut goes
This
close
is a
by,
test.
kind of inspects to see if there's any obvious signs of traps, any mechanisms around.
Yeah, the trap in here was clearly the spear, which the smoke staff ably dealt with. You don't seem to spot anything else, but you are, you don't see, you can't see anything else.
I shall open it.
Cool. So inside this box is a thing that reminds you deeply of home. This is clearly the tool of one of the great knights of Stalvaga, the walled, unconquerable kingdom that Knut reigns from. It is a maul. It is a brutish-looking, heavy weapon that will require the use of 2 hands.
Nice.
It is inlaid with gold, and it is a heavy melee weapon with the weapon technique overwhelming. This was clear. This is something you recognize. It is a weapon that belongs to another knight you are aware who went to seek Veftenahal. His name was Calvas, and he was Great Mace Halvas was his name, and this was his maul. You recognize it from your time back at Stalvaga.
I just kind of chuckled. Looks like he didn't make it. And then I lift up the maul, and I'm like, feels like home.
Yeah. So Yeah, heavy
I take
melee
it.
weapon, technique overwhelming. I'd write that down somewhere on your character sheet. So basically, when you declare your first attack of the round, you may also spend any amount of position, you start with 4, as part of it, and it increases the attack's damage by the amount you spend. So
Ooh.
it's good for one massive hit.
Smoke
This is a heavy
Steiner's
weapon,
here.
right?
We clearly need this. Yes.
There are no other exits out of this room. You're going to have to head either back into the kitchen or south at the T-junction.
South at the T junction. That's what the smoke says.
This method of dungeoneering is so much easier than what I'm used to doing.
Is this smoke? I think Fetus just sort of turns around, crouches to her scroll container. Are you full of shit? Are you full of shit? Is this a test? Please give me a sign. Give me a sign.
I would love to just be able to direct some of the smoke to go like around the canister and just like trace out the word yes. And then
You
So what I would say is that the Dreaming Oracle, which is the background you're playing, absolutely has the power to release smoke in certain directions. You have that special weapon technique, but I think getting it to say letters is
Okay.
probably beyond the capacity of the ability. But I think you can absolutely release a waft of smoke and like waft it deliberately in the direction of the box and of the sealed prophecy and see what it does.
test. It's a test. I'm sorry. But maybe, I don't know, it's going really well for them.
Do not be tempted. She's gonna waft the smoke away.
But my faith has brought me to this godforsaken, salty, moist land of danger. It's not what I signed up for.
speaking of salty, moist land of danger, and Yanis will take the south door.
Knut follows now with the maul in hand.
Okay.
This room, as you enter it, might be one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen. It is 10, 12 meters tall, high in the air, and there is on the walls of it are inlaid into the walls these like strands of gold, and in the middle is a huge iron tower around which there is a spiral staircase, and at the top of the spiral staircase there are all of these golden cords which are coming out of these bits inlaid onto the wall and into this kind of elegant lattice work around the sort of top of this thing. It looks like it's clearly an artist's interpretation through sculpture of an enormous tether. And the spiral staircase kind of leads up and around. There is a door to your right, which is a big, fancy double door. I love that I symbolized door by doing some sort of weird Christian-esque gesture. There is a pair of double doors, which kind of lead into the other room, and they are clearly like, just like the same door you could see from the Great Hall. And there is also a door to the south, and there are clearly some more doors at the top of the staircase. There is another balcony, which appears to be level with the balcony in the other room. That is like part of room 2. So where does the smoke guide?
The smoke's going to take a back seat for a moment as Yanis sort of steps back and looks at the group. It's like, shall we ascend? Is that what the gods would do, or?
I feel my test is. I feel that my faith is being tested. I must see. And Fides goes through her various pouches and pulls out this ever frosted bottle that has a faint glow, and it is a vial of golden dew. And Fides sort of like holds it up to her face, shakes it, and sort of see if it reacts. Tells her to do something.
A vial of golden dew. This is an alchemical decoction of the golden dew. Interesting. I don't think it would. It is like glowing itself already, because that's what it is. And it is like, it is making the light off it is like sparking against the gold, and kind of, to someone of your faith, I think it will be indicating that like you should follow the strands upwards.
I
upwards.
should follow. We should. God, the gods are telling me to follow the strands up. We must ascend to godlyhood.
This is such railroading that's occurring right now. I'm like, the gods are sending you a message. You must ascend to the next floor of the salt
Right,
tank. Dun,
right,
dun.
right.
Is
Yeah,
it
cool.
railroading if we ask for
Yeah,
it?
yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna head up the spiral staircase.
Fides
think-
starts heading up the spiral staircase,
Okay,
holding
cool.
out the vial of golden dew in front of her.
Yanis is going to hold back at the end of the party, I think,
Cool,
during this
fantastic.
one.
So marching order. You're at the back. You're at the front. Everyone else in the middle. Okay, cool. So as you head up the staircase, there is a. You'll get to the top of it. You're now right beneath this kind of lattice of beautiful gold, which is like replicating the effects of the tether. There is a door to the west of you, to your right, as you initially went into the room. That leads back to, you would expect, the balcony of the Great Hall you were in previously. And then there is another room to the south. That is, kind of like a much smaller and less fancy looking door.
Okay.
At this point,
Yes, sir.
neither the smoke or the Guile of Golden Dew are guiding you in a particular direction. The Golden Dew just seems to be happy to be here. While not being a sentient item, I don't want to cause any confusion. The gods are happy you've reached this point. Question.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
The chappie who threw the rock at me,
Yeah.
does it seem like those doors out onto the balcony would be kind of where I'd seen them last, sort of like running on that kind of like
Yeah,
mezzanine?
so that guy on the balcony, he was on the south side of the balcony.
Mhm.
So he would have fled somewhere to the south. You are in the east corner of the next room. So if you
Right.
went through that set of double doors, you'd probably be able to see the two doors he exited from.
Right.
A non-believer would have not dared come this close to a sanctuary of the gods.
I think I'm going to step a bit closer to Canute and just say, just be wary that I believe the heretic is on this floor somewhere.
Thanks for the heads up.
So your smoke is awfully silent now. Well, I suppose they were always silent. Smoke is silent inherently. But strange that they're not giving you any signs anymore, Oracle.
Oh, they are. I'm just listening. I'm watching. The smoke is. It gives visions of the past, the future shapes, not necessarily directions. And the shapes are of you three. So I will allow you to decide where we go. as the
While they've been
smokers want.
while they've been talking, I'm gonna open the double doors.
Okay.
Heck
Cool.
yeah.
So you're brought into the upper part of this room. The guy who threw the rock at you is gone. There is clearly a there are these great sheets of fabric, kind of like sailcloth almost, this kind of like thin gossamer shape that is clearly meant to like catch something that you don't understand. There are no pillars at this point, and there are indeed in this room the same set of 4 doors that you could see in the lower version of the room. 2 to the south, 2 to the north.
We came from the south, correct?
There's 6 exits to this room all told. There is one west which goes to the caves, and not the caves, the beach. Then there is the entrance through to the spiral staircase room, which is on the east. On the north and the south, there are 2 more doors.
Okay,
On
I'm gonna
each
go
side.
north.
North. Okay. You're going to the first northern door or the second northern door?
First.
Okay, cool. So again, you pass through the wooden door. No traps seem to trigger. This is a room with a kind of open window ahead of you through which you can see the kind of horrid, the same kind of surface of the beach and the sea beyond. It's full of furniture, but the furniture and the paintings and any of the bodies in here have all been burnt to a crisp by something. There is a pair of figures interlocked in some sort of ancient, long gone combat. There is the charred corpse of like a woman who has been like pinned to the wall by a spear, and by this sort of figure, this smoldered figure of like somebody that looks similar to the wretch that threw the boulder and vanished previously, but both of them have been like burnt to a crisp, and ash and like smoke is like spreading from this woman who has been stabbed, and her hand is grasping the second guy, the wretch, the soldier, whatever this is, like by the face, and they're clearly like locked in some sort of death grasp. Everything else in this room is just burnt to a crisp. This woman is clearly like exploded. You're guessing she's some kind of fire speaker, or user of the forbidden words of flame, which is like something you'd have heard of in legend, but never probably encountered unless one of you had been to Yoldran or Heraculum, which has like been similarly burnt, both of those places, by disasters such as these.
Heretics.
Very much so, yes. There is a window out that you could go through, but there are no other doors out of this room.
I'm just gonna have a look out the window. Like, if you go out, is there like a walkway or something, or what's out there?
So there's a little drop down to a walkway that seems to kind of be like, it seems like a sort of ledge on the cliff. You can see sort of, there's a little passageway that leads to the east of here, where there appears to be another set of another like window to a similarly sized room.
All right, I think I won't go down the window. I'll go back to the hallway and check the other northern door.
Okay, cool. So as you head back that way, you're kind of brought into a you kind of get your way through the door. There is a small balcony here that leads into like what looks like the room below it. There is a cushion for like kneeling on in front of a open prayer book on the sort of like lip of this balcony, and ahead of you is a powerful scene that would certainly bring the two of you who are like invested in the religions and the gods of Veftenhal into a set of really strong emotions. So down from this high balcony, you can see these 6 great statues of the gods, these 6 glorious figures. On the far left, there is a warrior queen. She is holding a great sword. Then there is a statue of a cloud-caped lord wearing a sort of beaked helmet and kind of with these smolders of smoke running around him. Next is a skull-faced shepherd holding a crook, and then a sort of androgynous beauty with a hand mirror. The 5th statue is a huntress holding this kind of long and delicate golden bow. And then there is an architect, a figure of sort of stately authority that is like wearing right now a huge beard upon his face that drapes down below his waist. Beneath you is it's like a shrine, right? These kind of like godly statues, and the armor of there's a knight wearing gold and black. He is very dead, and he clutches a shield and a spear, even though his armor is like ruined, and he's kind of lying on the steps of this shrine, surrounded by hundreds of candles, which still glow, which feels impossible given how long this corpse has clearly been dead for.
It's a sign. It's a sign. They're real. I've been tested, and my faith has rung true. They are real. The gods have not forsaken me because they're real. Oh, I was right. I was right. I was right.
And what do you want to do with this very real scenario? You want to go down there and investigate him? Lest I remind you, the last time we did that, one of us nearly lost half their life.
Faith is meant to be rewarded. Rewards come in long life, comfort, riches, security.
Or a spear and a shield.
Maybe their soul has reached a more kind plane.
It would appear it requires a closer inspection. Why not go down and take a look for yourself?
I will meet this test of faith, and Fide sort of pulls her spear out and sort of carefully starts approaching spear first.
So as a
very
reminder,
extended.
you're currently on a balcony looking down.
This is how far
Cool.
close she's getting with her spear.
Okay. So you're gonna move towards the edge and then like jump off while like cautiously advancing with the spear?
I'm going to cautiously head to the edge of the balcony. I'm going to clasp my hands and say, gods, this is me accepting your embrace, and will gingerly take off their church icon, dangle it over the balcony, and release it into the center of the statues below.
Ooh, fancy. Let me just. I need 1 second. Voice of the gods, call out to me. Yeah. Your church icon. You drop it into the middle of this shrine. It clinks as it kind of lands on the body of this like dead knight character, possibly, and there is like, yeah, you've left that offering there as part of this shrine, but it does not seem to have like interacted. Nothing has happened. There has been no movement. You just continue to be like in probably some state of religious awe at this like location, right?
Can I have a look at the prayer book while this is happening?
Yeah, it appears to it's clearly it's a book that you'll be familiar with. It is so you're a choir crusader, right? Which means you're a member of the custodial church. And the first bit that it reads is, beyond the realm of being, beyond the realm of perception, lies the weft of fate woven by gods. Through faith, we glimpse its design. And then it runs through and recites all the other tenets of the custodial church, which you'll be deeply familiar with. This isn't a fancy or a magic book. This is just a reminder of the sort of faith of the gods as laid out by the custodial church. But all tales of the gods and their divine deeds are like infused with their majesty, and reciting these stories can bring miracles. So this would certainly help you. I imagine actually you probably already have a book at home which looks exactly like this one. So taking it with you would be helpful, but it is
Great.
not a magic item in the sorry. It's not a item of use in the same way that the Codex Minitus was.
That's fair. I think that Sister Avery will kneel in front of it on that cushion and just sort of whisper, mutter one of her favorite ones, sort of just like out and just sort of like sword in front of her, just in prayer for a moment in front of this incredible shrine. I'm curious, actually, while we're thinking about it, is there any way of healing characters in this game, or do I just keep going till I die?
So yeah, the good news is that I do. Let me check. I am pretty sure that unless you have an alchemical decoction you want to use, I believe, which you guys aren't alchemists, you won't be able to refresh them. You guys are just stuck.
I'm just a little guy.
Until you rest at a tavern.
That's okay. She's going to just mentally heal.
Yes, absolutely.
Emotionally heal.
So is anybody going to drop down? So you, so Ida, you've dropped your
My custodial
you've dropped
church
your
icon.
custodial church icon down there. It is yep, you've left that down there. It's been added to this shrine. That may earn the favor of the gods going forward. But you
How far is the balcony away from the shrine?
You are probably, I'd say, tall ceilings will be 3 meters down.
I push Sister Fidaz over the balcony. Smoke told me to do it.
I'll let this happen. Ida lets this happen as Fides sees their icon, closes their eyes, and then feels weightlessness.
Oh my god. Okay. With a clatter and a crash, you in your plate armor, not plate armor, sorry, you're only in the oh no, it is plate armor.
I have Harold's plate on, medium armor.
Yeah. You clatter down on the floor. I don't think a fall of that height will do any damage. But you are now like down on the ground amidst this shrine, amidst the candles. You probably come to your senses and realize that what happened was not like a religious incident, it was a crazy dreaming oracle pushing you off a ledge. Yeah.
The smoke says there is no time. We must figure out what this room means and then progress. Do it.
The gods have protected me. The gods have not protected this bloke next to me. The gods have protected me. Gods?
Echoing silence. The gods are much too busy to be interested in the likes of you right now.
Janus turns to Nut.
Join her. I will take a look from up here. I'm better at range.
I push them down.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
like throw them.
I wish to clarify, this game does not have PvP rules. So if we are doing this, then you are all on your own. You either are pushed or are not pushed.
Yeah, they are fucking a waif at best. This gangly thing all bundled in furs. Yeah, they go over quite quickly.
You clatter down and land probably on top of a Sister Fedis.
A blessedly soft, albeit, and then like clanks on the armor. Like, yeah, good landing. And gets up and then just begins like. Were there any exits in this room, or
there is
just...
one exit to the south, back to the room that you're in. Now you are on the ground level. You can see it's been barred from the other side.
Okay.
Sorry, from this side rather. So you'll be able to like get back in just by like lifting up the bar, but it would have been a pain to gain access to this room from the ground floor.
Okay. I'm going to take a look at these statues. I have no interest. There is no interest in the gods. It is purely from if they can give us any insight into how we can progress up to the land of the gods.
No, they seem to be just like big statues, big beautiful statues that like impart information about like who they are and what the gods are. But the only like usable items in this room you can see is that there are still a pair of like weapons on the knight, which are a knight's shield and a gold shod spear. So the shaft of the spear has little bits of gold wrapping around it. And it's kind of made of a solid black iron. It looks like a tether.
Oh.
While being missing the kind of steel bits at the top around which the thread weaves.
Looks like your gods have provided. Take him. See what happens.
Gods, the smoke is clearly mocking me. Do I have your protection?
At this
The
point,
gods-
I land like thudding with the
on
moth.
top of
No,
her?
not on top. Next to it, just like,
Like a
Full
full
next
marble
to.
landing.
next
Full,
to.
Nice.
yeah, plate mail superhero landing. Yeah, okay, good
Yeah.
stuff. Okay,
Get a
yeah.
spear or
We are there is something holy. We are under its protection.
just take the fucking
Fides walks up to
spear.
the spear.
I'm absolutely with Knut on this. Just take it. Just see what happens.
Thank you. And grasps the
Okay.
shaft of the spear and pulls.
Cool. It is. Yeah, you are able. You grab the spear. It is a medium melee weapon with the defensive technique.
Ooh.
Essentially, when you take a block reaction, you can do some damage back to your opponent with this weapon.
Nice.
Nice.
And it allows you to basically like use some damage dice. Cool. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, it is a sort of black metal spear with these kind of like golden filigree elements built into it, reminiscent of a tether and the room you were just in that was like the spiral staircase. To leave this room, you're going to have to go through the that door that we were looking at earlier.
I will unbar it.
Cool. So you head out back into the Great Hall. Just as a reminder, big room, balcony, held up by pillars, 6 exits on the ground level, 6 exits on the ground above. But something has changed. There is a creature here now. It appears that hidden amidst the ceiling, amongst all those like gossamer falls, was a group of salt slimes. They fall onto the ground, slopping next to you. These greasy clumps of gritty ooze, possessed with animal hunger, acrid to the touch, and terribly, terribly patient. If you want to get out of this room and into the main hall and back to the rest of the dungeon, you've got 2 paths. Either you can somehow get up the 3 meters back to the balcony and go past that way, or you're going to have to fight your way past these salt slums.
I'm fighting.
Okay.
I'm still upstairs. Hi, guys.
You are.
So we are going to start the fight. Everyone has 4 position, but Emily, sister Avery, is going to start with 8 position. The way that combat in this game works is that each character isn't tracking their position on a tactical map. What we're doing is measuring their position. Their position is basically how much danger they're in, how safe they're in, how close they are to the monsters, how protected they are by obstacles. It's your ability to do that. You can spend position sometimes on certain abilities. It's useful for arts of war, which are used by the sort of more martial classes, but it kind of states your position. What this means right now is the salt slimes are very unlikely to attack you, but you'll still be, you'll still be in a position where they potentially could, especially if there's certain types of attack. So everyone starts at 4 position. Mark that kind of on a dice or something, and then we'll start the combat. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some initiative. So everyone, I'm going to roll the dice. That dice is a 1. Normally, we'd compare this to your armor class, and if the result was equal to or greater than the character's initiative, you can take actions both before and after the foes. But sadly, you've rolled a 1. None of you is going to have an initiative of less than 1. So the monsters, the enemies, are going to go first in this round. So I'm going to start off with all of these salt slimes, of which there are 7. There's a lot of them. Each additional monster after the first means I'm going to be rolling an extra dice on the sort of monster, the table for this monster. Let me just confirm that's how that works. Cool. So I'm going to see what these creatures do, which means I need to roll 7 dice. There's a lot of them. This is a lot of slimes. The good news is they've not got very much health between them. So let's do some calculations. This is exciting. So the first thing that's going to happen is there is a reaction. I'll deal with that later. So just for everyone at home, just for those watching at home, I have, this isn't going to help, a move table in front of me. Each of these 6 items is an action the monster will take, and I've rolled 7 dice. Some of these are things the monsters can do when attacked. Some of these monsters will do specific things targeting specific characters. So I'm going to start with 2 slams. This is a D6 attack that targets the character with the heaviest equipment. I think it's pretty fair to say that's probably Knut, yeah?
That is indeed fair.
Cool. So each of these creatures is going to do a D6 dice attack, and that has been a pair of 5s. So everyone starts off the combat with a number of stamina dice equal to...
Correct.
It will be mentioned on their character sheet. I think the Stalvaga Knight starts off with 5. Currently, right now, you're going to be taking 5 damage from each of those attacks because I've rolled a pair of 5s. Your armor has a damage resistance because it is heavy armor of a deflection value of 4. So anything less than 4 would have just bounced off your armor. But these slimes have rolled incredibly lucky. But you've got 5 stamina dice. You can use them to do some actions to stop these attacks. That might be, and the options here are, you can dodge, which is going to be really difficult because your armor is very heavy, right? You'd only be dodging on a 5 up. Alternatively, you've got a big shield. What class of shield does you
No, I don't, because I'm using the maul.
Using the maul. Okay. Wow. And you could try to parry, but again, parrying with a heavy weapon is going to be even worse. So you can spend any number of stamina dice you like, and for each 5, you're going to dodge an attack.
I'll spend 4.
4. Okay, cool. Go ahead. Roll me 4 dice, 4d6. You're looking for 5s to dodge.
I got 1 6.
1 6. So you're going to take 5 damage from the slime. So the 2 of them lumber before you. They can clearly smell the amount of metal on you, and they want to digest you, but mainly the things you're wearing. One of them, I imagine, actually, 2 of them slop directly onto you from the ceiling of the roof, and you're able to pull one off through with a gauntleted hand and throw it into the corner of the room, but one of them is on you, eating into your...
Ew.
Another slime slops onto you and attempts a consume.
Oh.
So,
or
yeah, that's on you.
Cool.
Knut, sorry. So it's going to do a light attack. This is just going to do D3 damage.
That means it doesn't do any damage, right?
Doesn't do any damage because you're wearing armor, but you have been subsumed.
No.
What this means is that I have filled all of your stamina dice options with the stuck status. there is a slime on top of you right now, eating you. And what that stuck status is going to do is, whenever you roll a dice, the first time you roll each result on a dice, that dice is going to be ignored. Okay, you're gonna roll it, and until you roll a second dice on something, the slime is on top of you and eating you, and you can't really do anything with it. So because there are currently 2 slimes stuck to you, and all the stamina dice you have are going to be spent removing those from you, rather than like doing anything fancy or complicated involving Stalvag Moors. Okay?
All right.
That is the monster's turn. That was quite brutal. You start to see how nasty this game can get, particularly when the encounter tables sometimes start hitting the same person multiple times, or you're dealing with a large group of enemies. But the thing is eventually you learn that, these creatures are going to start targeting the character with the most armor, right? And then you'd start like planning your fights so that they're going to be chasing Canute rather than, trying to eat all of you regularly. Because what they want to do is eat metal rather than eat people. So it's now everyone's turn. You all have a number of stamina dice, recovers equal to the class of armor that you're wearing. So the armor you guys are currently wearing, I think most of you are in heavy armor, right?
Fides is in medium armor.
Medium armor. So you're going to get four dice if you're in light armor. I think that's going to be for Yanis. 3 dice if you're in medium armor. 2 dice if you're in heavy armor. And you can't go above your starting number of stamina dice. So you kind of want to be using them. So now it is each of your guys' turns. You can act do whatever you want. There are attacks. There are using abilities and stuff like that, all of which will have stamina dice requirements. Within the player turn, you guys have the ability to do whatever stuff you want, but that's going to be, obviously if you use all of your stamina dice, you might not have any left when it comes to the monsters attacking you next turn, and then you might not be able to block any of that damage. Okay?
Okay. So just to clarify, for example, just swing a sword at something, that's going to cost... So my Blessed Blade has any under the stamina cost, so I could just use like 1.
You can use 1 or 5 or 2, any amount.
And I would have to hit a certain number on that 1 dice to be able to do any kind of damage to that.
You would do the amount of damage that the dice rolls.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
cool. Right. I think Sister Avery is, she hears the commotion. Keep it down! How am I supposed to pray with all this going on? And she's going to walk out and look down from the balcony and just see these slimes on Canute. And I would like to use an ability called Aria's Rise unto Heaven. And I can grant an ally a number of blessed strike statuses equal to the number of die I invoke, and that person gets double damage.
On each of those attacks.
Would be amazing. I think I would like to give that to Canute because I think it looks like they're quite in danger.
So, the song becomes a shout, and the shout a blessing. This psalm, once an old soldier song, modified with the sacred words of the gods, has rung from the lips of holy warriors. And in fact, the fact that you're applying the blessed strike status immediately triggers the stuck status that happens. So those stuck statuses will be removed and replaced with blessed strike statuses. So,
oh, hell yeah!
I'm good.
How many of your stamina dice are you going to spend on that?
How many stuck statuses
6.
are on?
He has been
6.
filled with stuck statuses.
That would be all my stamina dice. Okay, I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm gonna give you 6. So you get 6 hits at double damage, baby.
Ooh, they blast
And
off
your
me.
stuck is fully removed. Okay, so you, like, the power of faith surges through you. So the next time while attacking, you you roll a dice.
Mhm.
Each one of those damage results will be doubled until you've rolled that dice. So, like, your first 4 will be doubled, your first 5 will be doubled, your first 6 will be doubled.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
I think
So
you
yeah,
just see this like little beam of light come down.
Slime, be gone.
cool. Feel
You're
like it makes
welcome.
sense narratively for you to go next, right?
I would say so. Yes.
Please do
So
so.
I'm gonna whack him. I'm
Cool.
gonna use 2 stamina to whack the nearest slime,
Yep.
and so that the damage is doubled, right?
Yes, damage is going to be so you're going to roll 2 dice at
Mhm.
least. Well, you can roll more than 2 dice. So
I'm going
any
to
amount
roll.
you want.
I have 3. So I want to save 1 just in case.
Cool, perfect. Roll the 2 dice then, and your damage will be doubled for these 2 dice.
4 and 2.
4 and 2. So the 4 goes to an 8.
Mhm.
2 goes to a 4. So that's going to be a total of 12 damage. That's going to clear 2 of the slimes.
I would like to use 3 position
Mm-hmm.
and use Stalvagar Dragon Bite, which
Mhm.
I is used when I reduce an enemy or member of a group to 0 health, and then I get to
Yep.
repeat the attack using the same stamina die with a new target.
Yes, go ahead.
Ooh,
That
that's
sounds
so
awesome.
Do I
Okay,
use
yeah.
both of the die, or
With both stamina dice, yeah, 2 again.
okay?
But your 2s and 4s aren't being doubled anymore.
That's a total of 4.
So was that a 1?
2 and a 2.
2 and a 2. So your 2s have already been doubled, so you don't get any bonuses there. You're just going to get that. Okay, cool. So you have killed. Okay, right. I need to work out how to do this quickly because I've got a couple of different reactions I can use here. That second one,
Mhm.
I am going to hit with a coiling lunge reaction, which I got by rolling a 1 on the move dice. When targeted by a melee attack, lunge at the attacker. That attacker can either forfeit the attack or take d6 damage. So you're either going to lose that 4 damage or you're going to take d6 damage yourself.
Mm,
You want to
Does he get a dodge reaction?
You
At
will get a
all,
dodge
or-
reaction to that, but it will use one of your stamina dice.
yeah.
You can take a drinky drink if you want to.
Yeah, I'll eat the damage. I'll eat the damage.
I'll give you a drinky drink
Okay.
then.
Thanks.
Cool. So you take d6 damage.
Yeah.
That's going to be 3,
Yeah, it's
which
not too
is
bad.
blocked by your deflection value.
Ooh,
So you'll be
I'm
okay.
good.
Oh,
The trade-off in this game between wearing heavy armor and not having many dice, but most of the damage just being eaten by what you're doing, is really meaningful. So yeah. And the good news also is that the mace you have seems to be doing massive damage against these slimes. It seems that that's actually managing to wound them, and you'll see how the other weapons do. Okay, so you've killed 2 of the 7 slimes, and one of them is so there's only 5 of them left now. What are the rest of you going to do?
So Knut didn't take the extra damage, so I think you're okay without the drinky drink. Fides is going to pull out her Valnorni calling horn
Mhm.
and going to raise it to her lips, and this very soft but deep reverberation sound comes out as she is going to perform the sacred psalm of Voice of God, come out to me. When casting this psalm, spend 1 precision per enemy you wish to target. Roll the invoke dice. Each target loses all move dice that match up the exhausted dice. So if I understand it correctly, these slimes won't be able to move around so much anymore.
Yeah, cool. So the way that works here is how many of your stamina are you going to use casting that spell?
I have a pool of 4. I'll spend, and you get 3 back at the top of each turn, right?
Yes, correct. You will.
I'll spend 3.
Cool. Okay. So do you want to roll those 3 dice for me and tell me what
I
the results
will
are?
roll 3d6. 4, 4, and a 1.
Okay, so the 1 is resolved. It will now no longer. It had a second instance of that coiling response thing it won't be able to do, but sadly there weren't any 4s. But yeah, you've disabled one of its moves dice. It can't do that reaction again until it rolls its move dice again after your next action. So okay, Jess, what's Yana's going to do?
How many bolus can I use at any given point? Is it just one at a time, or
Let
is
me
it
look.
if I've got 2 hands, can I use 2 bolus?
So the bolus, you can throw it. It's going to take one stamina dice to use each one. So yeah.
I will throw. So was it 2 of them are now stuck from what Fidaz just did? How many were stuck from that?
One of them has been stuck.
One of them has been stuck. I'm going to use the other 3 bolus and use my remaining 3 stamina die.
Go ahead.
At each. 6, 4, and a 3.
6, 4, and a 3. There is a stuck status on each of those. Okay, fantastic. So that means that next turn, it's going to be able to not do as many of those actions. Fantastic. Okay, cool. So now we have gone. That's all that everyone's gone. Everyone that wants to take a move is gone. And it is now the monster round again, with the complication that there are a bunch of statuses now on these monsters, and there's only 5 of them left. So I'm just going to quickly roll the stamina dice, see what they do. But first, I'm just going to confirm that I've done it all again.
While we're waiting, remember to check out the Kickstarter for Doomspiral, and you too can adventure in these dark, decrepit lands.
Okay, yeah.
Links in the
So
chat.
it's now the monster's turn again. I'm going to roll these 5 dice and see what happens. Any 6s, 4s, or 3s, the first one will be discarded because of those bonus. So a 6 has been discarded, a 3 has been discarded, and a 4 has been discarded. What is left is a 1 and a 3. The weird, smoky bolas have disabled much of the monsters. There is no immediate actions those monsters take. And
Nice.
you're now going to be... it's now your guys' turn again. So recover your stamina dice. 2 for heavy armor, 3 for medium armor, and 4 for light armor. And then let me know what order you guys want to do some attacks again.
Question about position. Now that I've used position, how do I get position back?
So at any point, you can spend a stamina dice, and then you regain up to D6 position, depending on what you roll.
Okay.
So if you roll 3 dice, you're going to gain, I think it's actually the highest of the 3 dice you roll, but you can get more of it back by spending stamina dice, basically.
Okay, got it. I'll go first if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I will spend 1 stamina to regain. Can I regain regain position and also attack, or is it one?
Yeah, you can do as many actions as you want, as many different actions, as many combined actions, as long as you have the stamina dice to do so, and you're not worried about getting killed at the end of the
Wonderful.
round.
Okay, I'll use 1 die to regain position. That's
go ahead.
2, so I go up to a 3, which is
still the lowest position character, which will matter for certain attacks.
Yes, and then I will use 2 stamina to attack.
Go ahead. This is another attack with your Stalvagar mace.
Yes, a 2 and a 2.
2 and a 2. So the bad news is that you've already had those doubled. You've still got the rest of your Blessed Strike statuses, but not on the 3 2s you've rolled in a row. 4 2s you've rolled in a row. So you take another 4 damage.
Is it dead?
You've not killed another one of them. There's 1 on a few hit points left.
Okay. Good to know. That's it for me.
Cool. Who's next?
I am happy to leap down now off said balcony and slash at a slime.
Okay, go ahead.
If I may.
Which weapon are you using? Can you remind me?
So I have Blessed Blade, which is a medium one-handed.
So the first thing I want to mention is that immediately. Sorry, how many stat dice? How many dice are you spending?
So I have 2 stamina dice to use.
Cool. Okay, you're going to spend both of those.
Yes, why not?
Did you regain your stamina?
Did you recover at the start of the round?
I did, because I used all of it for you last time.
All of it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, cool, perfect. Right, 2 dice.
A 3 and a 3.
Cool. So, 3 and a 3. So this is a. So you realize as you're attacking with this sword that the slashing attacks delivered against the slime are just kind of cutting through it, and then like the wounds are sealing back up. It appears that the mace that is being used by Knut is being much more effective than the sword you're using. Those attacks have dealt no damage.
That's very annoying.
Yeah.
But understandable. And she'll slice. I'm trying very hard not to say the light's name in vain. She's just gonna ready her shield. Not that she has
Cool.
any stamina left, but ready it anyway. Now she's down in the fray.
Ida or Jess, either you guys want to go?
Knut's weapon succeeds because of its size or because of its mystical
It
wonderfulness?
appears because it is a bludgeoning weapon.
Bludgeoning
You look
specifically.
like feels like it's smashing and destroying the slime's interiors rather than just like harmlessly cutting through the ribbons of its body, of its flesh.
I have a staff. Is would the staff be
Stuff bludgeoning, I'd say, yeah, definitely.
Oh, better
Then
than
let-
my spear. Go ahead.
Then let's give that a shot. The other option I would have is to go and try and collect the bolus, but I think they're in use, or
Yeah, they're if you take them off, the creatures will no longer be stuck
Yeah.
and they'll be able to start attacking you.
figured. In which case, Janus will stalk forward and just jab the end of the smoking staff at one of them.
Perfect, go ahead. Roll a number of dice equal to the number of stamina dice you want to spend on that attack.
To heck with it. Let's go with 3.
Coolio, go for it.
5, and a 4.
Cool. So, 5, 5, 4. Okay, yeah, so that's going to do a total of 14 damage, which kills 1, 2, 3 slimes in total. You rolled very well. Good. A lot of damage.
Let's go.
So you smack through. It's almost like the smoke coming out of your sensor is kind of dissolving bits of the slime as they go. Unfortunately, one of them is going to be able to do that coiling lunge reaction to you.
Yes,
So it's
please
either going to
do.
block the 6 damage one, or it's going to deal d6 damage to you.
Can I do a dodge reaction?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
So I'll see what damage it does.
Ooh, it-
5 damage.
So I got a 1. However,
Yeah.
I'm going to use my special weapon technique, which is disorienting smoke. I'm going to spend
Ooh,
2
yeah, yeah.
position
Okay.
to release a puff of distracting smoke. Re-roll that stamina die for the failed dodge roll.
Go ahead.
Nice.
5.
Cool, perfect.
Yeah!
So it lunges back at you, but you kind of, the smoke is like coming out of your whirling staff, and again it kind of coils away, bites at you, but it's in the wrong place. It's too slow. They're being slowed by the acrid smoke. There are 2 slimes left now, and just Ida to go.
Yes, Fides is going to pull the Valarni calling horn back to her lips and blow into it again, but a higher, soft pitch sound comes out of it. And she is going to invoke the sacred psalm of Cantu to the Guardians.
Oh, yes, Canto to the Guardians.
Grant an ally a number of holy shield statuses equal to the number of die you invoked. Seeing that Knut, after all of our turns, probably has been the most delicious and the most dangerous with the slimes, I am going to shield Knut so he can finish the job. I need to stat a number of holy shields. There are 2 slimes left, 3 slimes left.
2 slimes left.
Then I'm going to invoke 2 holy shields.
Hell yeah, cool. So roll 2d6, and those will be the ones that will fit upon that sheet. You're looking to those be the numbers that block. Cool. You can reduce an instance of damage by the value of that status. So yeah. So you'll have 1 and a 2. You'll be able to reduce attacks you take by 1 or 2 damage. Okay.
If I were technical question here, let's say
Yeah.
I were to take 5 damage and
Yeah.
I reduce that by 1 to 4, would that then be completely negated by my armor?
Deflection values. When you are targeted by a strike, damage dice that equal or less than the armor's deflection value do not deal damage. Okay, so what I'd say there is I think that it is damage dice that are equal to or less than the armor's deflection value. So the the status here reduces the damage rather than the damage dice.
Yep,
So
makes
you're going to
sense.
be still in danger. Cool.
Okay, that's fair.
That is very.
Does anyone else want to spend any more stamina dice, or is it the monsters go again?
I am out of stamina.
Nothing to spend on.
I'm good.
Cool. There are only 2 slimes left. They've both rolled a pair of defensive reactions, so they're not going to do anything. In the interest of this AP finishing on time, I think you're going to swiftly be able to kill these 2 slimes because they just have a couple of parry reactions left. Jess, Giannis retrieves the slightly sticky bolas. You probably wipe them down with some gossamer thread. These creatures are carrying a small amount of thread, are kind of like souls or runes equivalent within them. You guys have managed to get 7 thread as a result of that encounter. We're playing the full game. You could probably use some of that to level up, but this is the quick start. So that's where we've managed to get to. Following the encounter with the salt slimes, our players have head back to the shrine, to the tether, to take a quick rest. They spent some time talking with their new, I think friend is an exaggerated term, tetherless Tarvold, who was the salt-bitten Northern Irish man we met earlier. He has imparted to them some wisdom about how to reach the warden. And during that rest, Giannis has used the Codex Melitis they found on the body of the Ferrazan Squire to learn the Duelist Advance ability. Under McKayan's tutelage, Ferrazan made a single step as deadly as a cavalry charge, and that is going to give them a bonus on doing parry rolls. With the advice of Tetherless Tarvold, the players have passed back through the Great Hall, gone up the stairs towards the second floor, and then head through one of the doors. They kind of had to duck down through one of the sections, pass through a group of wardens. There's been another combat they managed to get through without any damage, and then head up to a set of stairs. I'll just narrate you guys as you explore through the area. At the bottom of this flight of stairs, there's a wooden collection box holding a few worthless gold coins, and the wall bears the carven image of a city climbing a hill beneath a road that rises up to the sky of a heavenly city mantled by a rising sun. This is the great city of Tarvalan, where the shrines of the gods dwell. This is some place we might reach in our longer campaign, but this is what is promised to be at the top of the cliff you guys are climbing towards. There is another chamber at the top of here, which depicts dozens, maybe hundreds of figures carved into relief of the wall. They are exuberant. They are offering their hands towards a metal door that is thoroughly locked, that you guys will have no way of getting through. But the thing you need is going to be found in the chamber beyond. There is another set of huge double doors, and you are now brought into a high chamber at the top of Salt Crag, open to the elements, allowing in the rain, a cold sea breeze, and a fading light of gold beyond to the east. There is a huge, deeply crouched figure, clad in salt and armored in rust, staring out into the distance. It clutches the wretched corpse of somebody in one hand. It notices you, tosses the corpse to the side, and lumbers towards you, hefting a great halberd. This is the Pharos Warden. He rises head and shoulders above normal men. His latent destiny could not maintain the Warden's dignity. He holds himself like an animal, leaf on his haunches, salt-caked armor crackling as he moved, still tightly clutching his halberd of heavy, blue-hued iron. So, we're going to do an initiative dice. I'm going to roll this, and if it is better than your armor, you will get to move before the monster. If not, you'll be moving last. Since we're at the tether, everyone's stamina dice will be recovered for the start of the combat. as will everyone's health. Okay? Everyone starts at 4 position. Good luck, everyone. Welcome to a boss fight. The creature has rolled a 4, the Salt Warden. Anybody who is wearing medium armor or better is going to be going after the creature. Everyone... Sorry, if you're wearing light or medium armor, you're going before it. If you're wearing heavy armor, you're going after. Okay?
So
Half
that's
point is-
Fidaz and Janus, I think, is the only two in light and medium.
That sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Ida or Jess, what do you guys want to do here with this initial fight ready to go?
He didn't have to swing a corpse at us. He could have just said hello. I can fling stuff as well. Don't you worry about it.
3
Actually-
bolus, off they go.
3
Actually,
bonus off the go. So,
Sorry, just to clarify, I think my armor is medium armor, actually.
your armor is medium. I assumed you're wearing heavy armor. That's
Nice.
my bad. So
Oh.
you're going before the thing as well.
The Stalwagger
I'm the
half plate
only
is medium,
plate
yes.
wearer.
I just assumed you had the most metal on you. I'm sorry. It should have been a...
It's
Well,
a
it
different
still
kind
would
of
have been-
metal.
Still would have been you getting eaten rather than...
Oh yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
wouldn't have
'cause
made a
I'm
difference
wearing-
previously. No.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it will.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
3 bolus, each 1 damage, each attempting to apply a stuck.
Do they actually do damage?
They
I didn't
do
realise
1
that.
damage.
They
I
do
think
one-
It was.
They deal a stuck status effect when it deals damage. Okay, perfect.
was-
Yeah, cool. Right,
yeah.
Go ahead.
So that was a 6, a 2, and a 3.
6, a 2, and a 3. So, I'm going to mark those down. It has stuck statuses on each of those lines. Cool. Thank you. Right.
That's it. That's all we're doing.
Cool. Who else wants to go?
Fides will again invoke the sacred psalm of Canto to the Guardians.
Mhm.
It's a sacred song that is worthy to be played when one gets buried in Tar Valorn. I am going to spend I'm going to spend three dice, and I'm going to cast this on. I'm going to cast this on Sister Avery.
Okay.
So Holy Shield, 3 die. That is a 3, a 3, and a 4.
Cool. You may reduce any instance of damage taken by as much you have on those dice. They sit in your 3 and 4 slot. Okay. What is Canute going to do?
Barreling charge, and I'm gonna spend
Oh,
Going
yeah.
in.
full
Fuck 'em up,
precision
brother.
as I take the hammer and I just like put my shoulder forward and just charge toward this decrepit creature. He may attempt to dodge it as a reaction.
My God. Okay. So that's a start. So I'm going to have to roll its move dice first, just to see what it's going to do.
Mhm.
It discards all move dice with value less than the amount of position you spent, which is 4, right?
Yeah, so 3 and above would be this if he doesn't dodge.
Okay, yeah. So does it have a dodge move? It can try. Dodge is on a 2. Doesn't dodge it. 1, 4, and 3 are gone. The only dice it has left is
Sorry,
a 6.
the four is
which-
kept because it's less than, not less
Okay,
than or
thank
equal
you, thank
to.
you, thank you. So it loses its 1 and 3. Okay, that's still kind of nuts. The good
Boom.
news is that the 6 is going to get dealt with by the stuck condition, so it's just going to get to do a 4 this time, which is
But I
pretty
can
good.
still attack because that was none of my
That
stamina.
was your
I used.
position rather than your stamina
Yes,
dice.
that was my
yes.
position.
Okay,
Amazing.
cool. So go
So-
ahead and make an attack then.
I'm going to use 3 stamina to attack.
Okay.
Question
So-
about the weapon because it has +1 for bonus die. How does that work?
Yeah. So when you roll a number of dice that is greater than the base number acquired,
Mhm.
you deal this additional point of damage for each stamina dice beyond the ones you required as part of the attack.
Okay,
so
so the-
using 3 dice, the third attack will be at +1 damage.
Okay.
So roll 2 dice and then a third dice.
So the first 2, that is going to be 6. It's a 3 and a 3. And then
Cool.
the extra one is a 5 + 1, so 6. So 12
So this
altogether.
guy has light armor, so his deflection values are going to be just a 1. Did any of them do 1 damage?
No, it's a 3, a 3, a 5, and then the 5 goes up to a 6.
So 3, 3, 5. Okay, so 12 damage in total. Jesus. Okay, right.
Whack as I whack him in the torso with this maul.
Right.
Yes.
So that was a hell of a turn. And then Emily's sister Avery's going to be going after the monster because of the heavy armor you're wearing. Okay,
I
cool.
am just shield up because I feel like I'm going to be the tank today. I will
Okay,
take a
so,
beating for you guys.
the Pharos Warden now is going to use both its attacks. The 6 it has rolled is negated by the stuck status of the bowler, so that's going to go. And then it's going to get to do 1 quick stab, which is going to target. It's a medium attack that's going to target the character with the least position,
That's
which
me.
here is going to be.
Oh
Ernest.
no!
So I'm going to roll a dice to see how much this attack does to Knut. That is going to be a 1. That's just going to be dealt with by your armor. God. Cool. And then the 6 is dealt with the stuck status. It's the start of the round again. Everybody regen your stamina dice. But
Do I get to go first before
you
that?
do. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I was like, I would like to try and stab him, please.
ahead.
I'm going to just while he's like stabbing at Canute, just kind of like try and like get in a leg behind him.
Cool.
I'm gonna use 2 stamina.
Mhm.
Again, 2 3s.
2 3s. So it's only got light armor, which means it's just going to be reduced that. It would have some abilities it could use to dodge and block those, but they've all been barreling charged away. So you do 6 damage.
Amazing. Slice him maybe at the back of the ankle or something. Achilles heel.
So the good news is probably actually just bad news. The second phase of the boss has been activated.
Oh,
the
no.
warden casts aside its
Always
halberd
a
and
goddamn second
grows
HP bar.
into a second HP bar, and it's now fighting on full using extra. It's got some extra move dice now that it would have not had before, and it's got a second move table. So all that information you could have learnt about the first one of all the dice that's been discarded have now been replaced by the new one up here with some even scarier attacks. So start of the round, everybody does a does their stamina regen, and I will see who's going before or after the monster. That is a 5, so everybody is going to be going before, I think.
Fides is going to keep blowing on this horn, and this kind going to switch up to the sacred psalm. Voice of God, call out to me. Spend 1 position per enemy. Use the target. Roll invoke dice. Target loses all move dice that match any of the exhausted dice.
Cool.
Let's
go ahead.
go 3 dice again.
Let me check. Wait a second. I need to read that again, just because I think it's per target, which
only
means you
one
can
target.
only roll 1. It's only 1 target.
That makes sense.
So, yeah,
Okay.
1 dice. You can use 1 stamina dice on it.
We're going to do that. Boop. 2.
2, fantastic. So, it can now no longer use its move on number 2. Cool. Thank you. I'll make a note of that.
Toot.
And it's still got a stuck. Oh, by the way, as it changes phase, it's technically a new monster, so all of its statuses go. So those stucks have been cast off alongside the shattering of the armor and the breaking of the shield. Okay? Right. Who else would like to take a move now?
I'll go for a bludgeoning attack with the smoking stuff.
Hell yeah. How many stamina dice are you going to spend?
I'm going to use 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 3, a 4, and a 1.
Cool. Perfect. So, 3, 4. So the 1 is blocked. The 3 and the 4 go through. And that does 7 damage. Fantastic.
Is that
Amazing.
amazing?
Okay, cool. Perfect. Right.
Bye, guys.
Sorry,
it was nice
just-
knowing you.
No. You're not dead. You'll be all right. Don't worry. It's not going to go too bad.
As long as we still have stamina dice, we can keep
You have the
rolling.
shields.
Yeah.
You have the shields.
Yeah,
I
you got loads of stuff. Yeah, you can do parries. Okay.
In that
right.
case, I could cast more shields because I only
No,
spent
no,
1 of my
7.
stamina pool.
Yeah, so it's taken 7 damage. There was no reactions that followed up on that. You're all good.
Okay. Hey, Canute, would you like double damage again?
I was gonna ask. If you could,
Is that-
if you could
would
boot
you like
me up.
double?
God
think-
says it's okay. Please do it.
Buff the
I-
frontliner.
Sister Avery's gonna like rip off one of the like written sort of psalms on her armor and like spit on it and like slap it onto the back of Canute.
Oh!
And I'm gonna give you 4 more dice. I'm gonna give you 4 of my stamina. So
Warhammer
enjoy.
could never.
So I'm gonna go then, and I'm gonna use
Yeah.
4 dice to attack.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. 5, a 4, a 2, and a 1.
Ooh, not bad, not bad.
So you don't have the which blessed strike statuses did you give?
I gave 4
Cool.
of
And you
those
need to
statuses.
roll the dice on those to work out which numbers they apply to.
Ah.
Oh!
Do roll them.
Because they like
Oh.
sit on specific dice your character will be rolling.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
2 4s and 2 3s.
So
I have a
any
4.
4s and 3s you just roll, they'll be doubled. So 4 goes to 8, and then what were the rest of the dice you rolled?
5, 2, and 1.
So the 1 is discarded. The 4 gets doubled. 8, 15 damage.
Plus 2.
Plus 2. Okay. I mean, that's killed it.
Oh!
Let's go!
That was nuts. That is the cleanest I have ever seen a group of players deal with that monster.
Let's go!
That
The
was
smoke
brutal.
provides.
The
Let's
smoke
fucking
provides.
go.
I just
So, yeah.
I smack him across the midriff so that
Yeah,
his
yeah.
upper part just like comes apart, and
yes.
like I baseball bat
Yes.
his upper midriff like across,
Yes.
and then I go.
Amazing.
"Rah!"
Once you figure out how like all of the different elements combine with everyone else's,
synergies.
like let's buff that
Yeah.
front line. Off we go.
It's
That
almost
was
like
fucking smooth.
Very,
it's
very
almost like
satisfying.
it's a
Cool.
skill-based character combat game,
Who'd have
right?
thought?
That's like been designed for this process to make loads of really cool and
Amazing.
intricate combos. And like the monsters do loads of overpowered stuff as well. Like if you had not done all those stuck statuses, for example,
Yeah, they came in clutch. Holy.
the
holy moly.
the savage the its 6 move in the second phase is like deal d6 damage to every character with position 6 or less, right? You know, so it's just gonna
Got
hit everything.
lucky.
Or 2d6 attack -1 to block rolls for the rest of the fight. So like there's just so many opportunities for like the monsters to be huge and the characters to be huge as well. And
good.
that's like the fun
were
of the
just better.
game.
We
Yeah.
You were
have
good.
been
You're very
delivered.
good.
We have been delivered.
Boom.
I love that we got dealt more damage by a wild guy with a rock than we did the big
Truly.
bad. That's the most fucking Souls experience I
It
think
is.
I've ever
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
at the table.
Hardest enemy in any Souls game, random dog. Random
funniest
dog
thing
is
about it
always
as
like,
well
the
is
fucking
You're not
dog!
expecting him.
The fucking dog!
I also imagine that at the display of glorious violence, Fides falls to her knees and is like, "It is time," and starts unwinding this beautiful gold embroidered thread
Yes.
around the scroll container, pops it open, and before unfurling this beautiful piece of parchment, says, "This has been bequeathed to me," and it says that this is the answer and the path to godliness, and unfurls it, and it's completely empty. But the paper is mildly shiny, a la Kung Fu Panda, where the
Yes,
answer is you.
I think as Fides is doing that, Janus like extends a hand, and the bolus, the smoke that makes them up, the smoke, it rides back into their fingers and up into their arms and into this sort of big sort of cloak and furs that they are wearing, a mass of it. And they just take Fides in, and then the others, and is like, oh, shouldn't be too hard to kill a god then, and just strides off in the direction of what would appear to be the next fight.
Yeah. So you guys from the corpse of the Pharos Warden, you
Loot.
managed to retrieve its halberd, which is like a seriously good weapon that will help you maybe for the rest of the campaign. I can't remember what it does, but it's when wielded in 2 hands, enemy reactions block 2 less damage. So that's very good. You then get a key from its neck, and that opens the door to the east that you were like at the back of that room. Beyond the corridor leads through the rock until at last Sunlight bathes the end of the room in buttery haze. This is the end of this adventure for now. Having conquered the trials of Saltcrag, the lands of Veftenhall are now open, as is the way to the sunlit city of Tar-Valarn, and perhaps even the way to the Loom of Fate itself.
To heavenly rewards.
Exciting.
Cool. So that's Doomspiral, everybody.
That was
This
Thank
is yeah. If you've made it to this point and you've not already had a look at the adventure we're playing, it's called Saltcrag, and it is included in the PDF of the Doomspiral Quick Start, which is available now. That contains the 6 characters which we played in our adventure today: the Choir Crusader, Sister Avery, the background Emily was playing, the Dreaming Oracle, Janus, being played by Jess, the Stalvager Knight, who was Canute, being played by Fondue, and then the Prophet of Tar-Valarn, who is Ida's character Fedus. It also includes the Tomb Robber Scum and the Scholar of Urzo Ariok, which is like the wizard school and also a man of a spade. So, you know, those are the extents of the characters we depict in this game.
The two genders, yes.
The two genders, yeah. Wizard school attendee and man with spade.
Man with spade.
Yeah. Stealing from the living is reprehensible, but stealing from the dead is blasphemy. Then again, what is the wrath of the gods to those who are already forsaken? Which is hell of
that's
a
pretty
vibe.
cool.
But yeah, so we've written this game to be like a love letter to Dark Souls and to Elden Ring and of games of that type and our love of the mythic fantasy genre at large. It contains every possible thing you could hope to exist in those games. You know, kick-ass knights from fortress cities, weird magic casting nuns with battle cries, wretches throwing rocks at people, bags full of books which tell you how to kill God, like all of the possible things, including boss fights which might seem difficult at first, but once you unlock the secrets of learning how to dodge roll, are no more challenging than they appear. The Faris Warden today was our equivalent of an Asylum Demon or, Udex Gundir or something like that, which is going to mean nothing to some of you, but are significant words to some people. So that's like our training starter boss. It teaches you about phase transitions and learning about stuff. But
cool.
Things throughout this campaign get much, much, much more nuts until towards the end you attack and dethrone the gods and attempt to decide what is happening next in this broken, doom spiraling world. This game is on Kickstarter right now. We've sponsored this actual play, SoulMuppet. There'll be loads of stuff on there, including like all of the amazing art from Dwayne Dalton Good, who is our artist on the project, and all of the fancy, rules. If you want to play this game, you can. It's available for free now. But there'll be a big and even bigger version with like the largest, most labyrinthine and infinite, huge adventure that SoulMuppet has ever written.
We had a blast. Let's quickly talk where people can find us on the internet, other things we're excited about, and then we wave and we continue into the night. Maybe touch some grass.
Yeah.
I can kick it off. My name is Ida. You can find me on the internet at In the Pan, mostly on Blue Sky. I'm one of the co-founders here at Euphoria. This table reflects the amazing diversity and talent of the TTRPG community that is largely based in Europe. The center of the TTRPG universe is not just in the US. It includes people of color. It includes all sorts of genders. It includes wonderful queer people and all sorts of amazing. This is Europe. This is kick ass. This is Euphoria. Thank you so much for playing with us. Please check out this amazing game, and I might try out again some Elden Ring, I guess.
You should.
It's the place to start.
And you should check out the Kickstarter for Doomspiral.
Fondue, where can people find you?
My name is Fondue. You can find me Dice and Easy on all the platforms except on Twitter. I'm Dice and Easy RPG. If you're looking for Foundry VTT tutorials, check out my YouTube channel. I have a bunch there. I'm not super active anymore there, but there's a wealth of knowledge out there. And you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Dice and Easy. I stream every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern European time, which is 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern, and that would be 4 p.m. British.
Amazing.
Emily, who are you? Where can people find you?
Oh, I'm Emily Graymore. I think I forgot to say I'm she, her pronouns at the beginning. You can find me at Emily Graymore, mostly on Blue Sky, occasionally on TikTok, but all of my links are in my bios in those places, so you can see my portfolios and the other projects I'm on. Unbalanced Encounters is my biggest sort of voice acting podcast project, so go and check out that if you like some silly shenanigans and me doing crazy voices. I also released my first TTRPG, the Kickstarter fulfilled like a couple of days ago. Everything's done. It's called The Cunning Folk. A lot less Dark Souls adjacent, a lot more silly, fun little guys, but you still get to get lots of fun and lots of revenge. So check that out as well. But yeah, that's me.
That's you. Thank you. Hi, Jess.
Hello, I am Jess Jewel, she, he, they, any, Greech and Grab One Don't Care. I am, I think I said at the beginning, the producer for 12-Sided Studios. We specialize in person, physical, at the table, TTRPG recordings, Kickstarter videos if you require them, any kind of product photography. We're a multimedia studio based in the north of England. We're independent, and we like the little guys. So if you are a small business and you are looking for a way to elevate, or just want to have a chat about where the industry is at the moment, we'd love to connect and see who we can point you in the direction of, basically. You can follow me as a person at Jess Jewel, spelled Jewell. Pretty much everywhere. The Blue Sky. I think on Instagram I'm Julahoop because I'm not on Facebook, and Twitter is a hell site. Nobody goes there. But yeah, I think that's just about everything I am.
Awesome. And Zach, any parting words?
Yeah, my name's Zach. I've been your JellyMuppet this evening. I'm the founder, director of SoulMuppet Publishing. We make fantastic games such as Doomspiral, but also, Orbital Blues, Best Left Buried, Inevitable, all kinds of stuff that the folks here at Euphoria and lots of other places in the UK and abroad love. So yeah, come check out Doomspiral and grab some of our other games if they take your fancy. Thank you so much for your time, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.